Daily learning.
My daily life as a gardener. Life as a gardener feels like living inside a slow and gentle poem, where every sound, every color, and every small change in the air tells a story that only the heart can fully hear. The garden is never silent, even when no words are spoken, because the whisper of leaves, the soft hum of bees, and the steady rhythm of water falling from the can all sing together in a language that is older than time itself. When I spend my days in the garden, I feel both tired and alive, because the work asks for strength yet gives back peace. My hands become rough from the soil, my clothes carry the smell of grass and earth, and my knees ache from bending close to the ground. But somehow I never feel these things as punishment. They feel like proof that I am part of something honest, something real, something that grows not from machines or noise, but from patience, touch, and care. Gardening is not about rushing, because nothing in a garden hurries. A seed does not shout or run. It waits, quietly, inside the soil, and when the time is right, it lifts its small green head toward the light. Every morning, I watch this patient miracle, and it reminds me that I too do not need to rush, that life has its own rhythm, and beauty comes only when the moment is ready. There is joy in the simple tasks, even the ones that seem endless. Pulling weeds may look like a battle, but it is also a gift because it gives the flowers and vegetables the space to breathe. Watering may look easy, but it is an act of love, and love means paying attention. Checking the soil, feeling its dryness, learning how much the roots need, and pouring gently until the water sinks deep. Pruning, too, is a lesson. Like cutting away what is dry or broken is not cruelty, but kindness, because the plant can grow stronger when it no longer carries what only holds it back. The garden rewards this care with moments so small yet so powerful. A tomato glowing red in the sun tastes sweeter than anything from a store, because it carries the story of your waiting, your watering, your gentle hands. A flower opening in the morning feels like a secret shared only with you, because you were there from the first fragile sprout until the day of its bloom. And of course, there are challenges, days when the leaves turn yellow, when insects arrive like uninvited guests, when the sky brings too much rain or none at all. But the garden teaches me not to fight in anger, but to listen. Sometimes the answer is not a chemical or a weapon, but balance. Ladybugs eat the smaller pests. Birds carry away the worms. The wind dries the leaves and protects them from rot. The garden shows me that harmony is stronger than control. Composting feels almost like magic, because what was once waste, like old leaves, vegetable peels, and even fruit skins, turns into rich and dark soil that smells like life itself. I mix it back into the beds, and I know the circle is complete, that nothing is truly lost in the garden, only changed, only reborn. Time itself feels different here. I do not count hours by the clock, but by the shade of the light, by the growth of a bud, by the quiet signs that the seasons are moving. Spring feels like hope, summer feels like fullness, autumn feels like letting go, and winter feels like rest. The garden does not just show me time, it makes me feel time in my own body and heart. Sometimes plants die, even when I give them everything. This hurts because I want to save them, but it also humbles me. I learn that I am not the master here. I am only a guest, a helper, a friend. And sometimes, plants surprise me by surviving without my help at all, reminding me of the secret strength inside all living things. There is a deep peace in this life. When I kneel in the dirt, when I hear only the quiet voices of wind and wings, my worries fade away. The garden holds me gently, like an old friend, reminding me that I do not need to be perfect, I only need to keep trying. If someone asked me what gardening really is, I would not say it is simply about flowers that bloom or vegetables that grow heavy on the vine. To me, gardening is much more than that. It is about growing patience, because nothing in a garden hurries, yet everything still arrives in its own perfect time. It is about learning humility, because no matter how much knowledge or effort I bring, nature always has the final word, and sometimes it surprises me with generosity, while other times it teaches me through loss. And most of all, it is about gratitude, because every small sprout, every fragile leaf, and every soft petal feels like a gift that I did not create but was allowed to witness. Gardening is about planting small hopes in the ground, like tiny promises wrapped in soil, and trusting with a quiet heart that, in time, they will awaken into something beautiful. It is about waiting through the silent days when nothing seems to change, and then suddenly noticing the miracle of growth that happened when I was not looking. It is about realizing that even the smallest steps, the daily watering, the gentle pruning, and the careful pulling of weeds, can create miracles that no loud effort or quick shortcut could ever achieve. It is about love given in small, patient doses, a love that may look invisible but always leaves a mark, shaping both the garden and the gardener. And so, daily life as a gardener is not glamorous at all. It is dirt pressed into the lines of my hands, soil under my fingernails that refuses to wash away, and sweat dripping down my forehead as the sun leans heavy over the beds. It is clothes stained with green and brown, shoes marked with mud, and muscles aching after hours of bending low to the earth. But inside this mess there is a hidden beauty, the laughter that escapes when I taste the first fruit of my harvest, the childlike wonder that rises when a bud unfolds slowly like a shy smile, and the deep comfort of knowing that life never truly ends in the garden. It only transforms. It always continues. It always begins again. In the end, I think this is why I keep returning to the garden, why my heart cannot imagine a day without this quiet companionship. The garden is not only a place filled with plants and soil, it is a teacher that shows me lessons no classroom could give, a companion that listens without judgment, and a mirror that reflects back the deepest parts of my own heart. In its silence, I hear wisdom. In its struggles, I see my own. And in its quiet victories, I find a reminder that persistence, care, and gentle love always bloom into something worth holding on to. The happiness I find here is not loud or flashy. It cannot be bought in any market or captured in a photograph. It is a happiness that grows slowly inside me, born from the rhythm of tending, waiting, and believing. It is the peace of knowing that I am part of something bigger, that I am giving and receiving at the same time, that I am rooted to the earth in the same way my plants are. And when I give myself fully to this simple, slow, and beautiful rhythm of growing, I realize that the garden is not only alive because of me. I am also alive because of the garden. So, do you feel the same the way I am?